We have this really interesting boy called George Dennett. We know he's a resident here in Carraiglea Industrial School. We also know that he was in the band, and he was involved in concerts. So the Carraiglea boys band, they performed regular concerts in Carraiglea here and in the Pavilion Theatre in Kingstown. Of course, that's now Dun Laoghaire. They organised the concerts, and this is advertised in when they put notices in the newspapers. They say this to help to pay off the debt which the Christian Brothers had incurred when they bought the premises here in 1893 from the successor of the Gough family. Now, the Pavilion Theatre at that stage was an absolutely beautiful Edwardian building, and it was built of wood. It had several incarnations. It had burnt down in 1915. So before the start of World War I, the Carraiglea boys would have included a lot of nationalistic material in their performances, and even the whole thing of the night of Ellerslie is, while it's Scottish nationalism, of course it's just a thin veneer for Irish nationalism. They're talking about Scotia being free, and William Wallace, of course, we know, was Braveheart. So they were really quite nationalistic. In the same year, they were also involved in controversy because they were playing on the East Pier in Kingstown. I have to keep saying Kingstown, of course. On the East Pier in Kingstown, they're giving a concert there. And at the end of the concert, they didn't play the national anthem. Of course, the national anthem wasn't there on the Veen, it was God Save the King. And they didn't play that. Some of the crowd, the loyalists in the crowd, as they were saying, the Daily Express said they reacted mildly to this at first. But of course, in reaction to this mild reaction itself from the loyalists, they decided that they would play A Nation Once Again. The loyalists weren't very happy with this, so to calm things down, the boys played A Nation Once Again. So we had two renditions of A Nation Once Again, and in the newspapers they said this led to fighting on the pier and riots on the streets of Kingstown. So again, Dennett would have been there, quite a small boy, only about 12 years old, and he would have been a witness to this. Now, we know that in 1914 they were giving performances, still giving performances. So in 1914 he was there with his the night of Ellerslie, and that was quite a patriotic tone. But of course, the following year they were giving another concert, and reflecting the mood and the change in Irish society in the time. In January 1915, the boys put on a performance of HMS Pinafore with its light-hearted and you have to say, view of British militarism.